Sacabo, welcome, bienvenidos. This is Roxana from Metamorphosis Rocks, and today I'm going to do a comment. I realize that this story is old and that nobody wants to hear about it, but being that I have a very special perspective on this situation, I decided I was going to say whatever I wanted to say whenever I wanted to say it, and you can either listen to it or not. It's up to you. Anyway, we're going to talk about Mikayla Nogueira's wedding and the whole issue of the friend. And let me start by full disclosure. I got married in the 80s, in the late 80s, and when I got married, it was a double wedding. It was me and my sister was married. She was marrying her boyfriend, and I was marrying my then boyfriend, now husband. And my maid of honor was, at that point, one of my best friends. And my actual best friend, I did not ask her to be my maid of honor because I knew from jump that the day I had a baby, I was going to make her the godmother. And to this day, she is my daughter's godmother. But she didn't know that, but that's another story for another day. And she didn't stop talking to me because I didn't make her my maid of honor. So there. Anyhow, let me go back to the story. Bottom line is that the maid of honor was nice enough to provide us a place to spend our honeymoon because, you know, college student marrying Navy enlisted person did not have a lot of money for the honeymoon. And what they did is they talked to their parents. She talked to her parents, who allowed us to spend the honeymoon at their property at the beach. This is back in Puerto Rico. Unfortunately, it was December. It was the week before Christmas, and for some reason she thought it would be a good idea to do something that we in Puerto Rico call parranda navideña, which is people get together with musical instruments. They show up in front of your house singing loudly until you let them in, and then there's food and drink, and it's a party, but it's an unannounced party basically. And if you're lucky, they bring the food too in the booth. If you're not lucky, then you have to do all of that. I find out, like, I think it was either 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the wedding that this is happening, and that everybody in my college knows when and where I'm having my honeymoon. And at that point, she was taken off as the maid of honor, and she was removed. And we did not use their facility. We had to come up with a couple dollars so we could and then try to find a place in less than 3 weeks so we could spend our honeymoon. Crisis averted thanks to our parents and to the little money that we had left. We were able to do all that, and we had a great wedding and a fabulous reception and a great honeymoon. And my mother-in-law stepped in and became the maid of honor for us, so that was cool too. And so, yeah, I have a point of reference for the story that I'm about to comment on. So what happened was that Mikayla Nogueira sent invitations, and she sent save the date. I guess that's the thing you do now. You ask people to save the date. And unfortunately, it included the venue and all that other stuff. And then she didn't send an invitation to this particular person. And instead of being a normal human and getting on the phone or sending a message, was it I didn't get my invitation. Did you have to cut the list, or did it get lost in the mail or whatever? This person decided to blast the whole story on social media, not covering the part where the venue and all the details of the wedding were going to happen. Now, clearly, she just wanted to prove that she was Mikayla Nogueira's friend, and that may or may not have been an oversight to, censor the part where it said where the venue was and whatnot. Bottom line is that she accidentally or on purpose doxed all the details of the wedding. Now, she also released an DM that she sent Mikayla, basically calling her classless for sending her a save the date and not an invitation. Now, I don't know about you, but on that alone, I understand why Mikayla did not invite her to her wedding, because it seems to me that she was more interested in being at the event because Mikayla has become famous than she was in actually participating in the event for her friend. Having said that, Everybody and their mother decided to make a big issue out of Mikayla's wedding because there were certain influencers invited. Mikayla had, I think it was a lip kit or some sort of makeup collaboration with a makeup company that she promoted through her wedding. And people started talking about how this was actually a fake wedding well, they were not saying it that way. They were just putting it on their thumbnails and whatnot, basically creating a lot of speculation about whether or not this was a real wedding, and basically claiming it as a makeup trip. And here's my thing. I understand that a lot of people don't like Mikayla Nogueira. I understand that she has made some mistakes in her life and in her past, and that people have a bone to pick with her. But why on her wedding day? And more important than that, because by the way, most of the videos came out the day of the wedding. More than that, if you had a chance of having a collaboration with a company that would then pay for some or all of your wedding, which is the speculation, would you actually not do it if that's part of your job to begin with? Are you kidding me? If there is something that we all know is that part of the pictures for the wedding are going to be the get ready with me thing. That's a gimme that there's going to be recording and pictures of that moment. So am I surprised that she would take the opportunity and maybe even save herself some money on the wedding itself? Guess what? The reason why the rich stay rich is because they try to spend as little money as possible and get most of their stuff for free. You all need to start thinking like rich people and stop thinking like the broke people that we are. And let's be real. If somebody would have told you, okay, let's do a collab and I'll pay for a percentage of your wedding, you would have said yes too. But more importantly, if you were getting married and somebody decided that because you are an influencer or a content creator, they're going to come and blast you on your wedding day, you would have been very upset as well. I don't see anything wrong with what she did. For once, Mikayla was not the reason. You know what I mean? She didn't do anything wrong. All she did was leave somebody on red because the person, quite honestly, deserved it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm planning my wedding and somebody comes with an attitude that how dare you not invite me after you send me a save the date, I would have been like, look at what you wrote me. Of course I didn't invite you. We don't know what was transpired between these two people. We don't know if they actually talked on the phone. All we know is her version of the events because Mikayla was smart and she kept her mouth shut. But the reality is that the fact that Mikayla has done some crazy things in the past or some problematic things in the past do not equate to trying to ruin this person's wedding just because she's a famous person. I just think it's unnecessary. Anyway, I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.